Orders of operations with powers. Subtracting integers. There is just one simple rule for subtracting signed numbers. Add the opposite. Why subtract when you can add? Add the opposite. Step 1. Change subtraction to addition. Step 2. Change the integer after the subtraction sign to its opposite. And step 3. Follow addition rules. Example, 8 minus negative 5. Change the subtraction to an addition. Then change the integer after it, which is negative 5, to its opposite integer. The opposite of negative 5 is positive 5. Then follow addition rules. If I have two positive integers, I add them together. 8 plus 5 will be 13. And since they're both positive, the answer will stay positive 13. Practice. Negative 3 minus negative 5. Change the subtraction sign to an addition sign. Change the integer after it, which is negative 5, to its opposite integer. The opposite of negative 5 is going to be positive 5. Then follow addition rules. If I have a negative and a positive integer, then I subtract. So 5 minus 3 will be 2. And since the 5 is going to be the larger integer, the answer will stay positive, and it will be positive 2. Negative 2 minus positive 9. Change the subtraction sign to an addition sign. Change the integer after that, which is positive 9, to its opposite integer. The opposite of positive 9 will be negative 9. Then follow addition rules. If I have two integers of the same sign, I add them together. 2 plus 9 is 11. And since both integers are negative, my answer will be negative 11. For 7 minus positive 13, change the subtraction sign to an addition sign. Then I'll change the integer after that to its opposite integer. The opposite of positive 13 is negative 13. Then I follow addition rules, and if I have a positive and a negative integers, I subtract. 13 minus 7 is 6, and since the 13 is a larger integer and it's negative, my answer will be negative 6. For 2 minus negative 14, change the subtraction sign to an addition sign. Change the integer after it, which is negative 14, to its opposite integer. The opposite of negative 14 will be positive 14. Then I'll follow addition rules. If I have two positive integers, I add them together. 2 plus 14 is 16, and again they're both positive, so my answer will be positive 16. For negative 1 minus positive 9, change the subtraction sign to an addition sign. Then I'll change the integer after it to its opposite integer. The integer after is going to be positive 9, so I'll change that to a negative. So it'll be negative 9. Then I'll follow addition rules. If both integers are the same, they're both negative, I'll add them together. So 1 plus 9 is 10. And since they're both negative, I'll make it negative. So the answer will be negative 10. And finally, negative 8 minus negative 5. Change the subtraction sign to an addition sign. Then I'll change the integer after it, which is negative 5, to its opposite integer, which will be positive 5. Then I'll follow addition rules. If I have a negative integer and a positive integer, I will subtract. So 8 minus 5 is going to be 3. And since the 8, which is the larger integer, is going to be negative, the answer will be negative 3.